that He is the rock and the foundation.
Amen.
Abby, you're another one. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And happy birthday, Princess. People may look at your physical limitations. Your God has no limitations. When people speak against you or kids are mean, you listen to me. I want you to think about what Jesus would do. Not in a cliche way, but really, what would He do? What would be His response? I want you to feel bad for them. Don't get bitter. Don't get angry. But pray for them.
Right.
Pray for them. Lord, do something in their lives like you did in mine. You love those people. It's not just about turning away. I'm asking you, Abby, God is asking you to take it a step further than just turning and walking away and letting it not bother you. This is where I'm going with this. He's asking you to glorify His name in it. To still speak His name. Do you agree with that? Amen. Still share Christ, and you love those people. Because they don't know, but you do. Because of Him. And we're called to share it, so you keep on. Okay? Amen.
Hello. For a lot of people that don't know me, my name is Dorinda. This is my fiance, Hector. We've been together almost 9 years. We got 7 beautiful kids together. My girl's been coming here with Tony for a while now. We moved to Ray Senior, it'll be 2 years in November. And my kid's been going to church with him for a while now. And he kept telling me for a long time, I'm going to get you to come to church. Not me. He said, I'm not going to ask you, but one day you will come. I said, not me. So one day he comes to pick me up to take me to Walmart, and he's listening to church music in the car. And I'm looking at him like, you're crazy. I'm like, I'm turning this down. He's like, no. And he turns it right back up. And he's singing and singing. He's laughing. He's like, I'm going to get you to come to church. And I'm like, you're crazy. So then after a while, my kids were asking me, Mom, you should come to church. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Because I used to go to gospel church years ago when my uncle was involved, Jesse Gonzalez. And, yeah. And my Aunt Sandy used to force us to come. She was not having no, it was not happening. You're going to church. So, you know, I haven't been to church in a while since I was a child. And my kids were asking for a long time, for a couple months. So I told my husband, we're going to go to church. He's like, yeah. A lot of stuff was going on in our life. I said, we need God in our life. I said, because I don't know where else to turn to. He's like, okay, we're going to go to church. Monthly Bible. Every Wednesday, every Sunday, we're going to go to church. The girls get up, they leave, they go to church with Tony. We're still sitting, saying we're going to go to church. So finally, about 4 weeks ago, I was telling my husband we were in Milwaukee, and I was like, we're going to go to church. He was like, okay, we're going to go to church. So I said, the devil's not stopping me today. I said, go. So we came to church. We were late. I'm always late. I'm never an on-time person, but I made it. So we come to church, and I go home, and I had a wonderful feeling. A wonderful feeling. I came in, and I just cried. I don't know why, but I just did. And it felt good. It felt good to be here with my kids. My kids were happy that we came as a family. Tony was like, I told you I was going to get you to come. So I decided, and I told Tony, I like it. I decided I'm going to go every Wednesday, every Sunday. I'm going to try. And my husband's always telling me, when you go to church, if you're really into it and you leave, it's 20 times harder to get back into it, which is, to me, true. So we chose and we decided to keep coming. So about the third time I came in, you know, I started, a lot of things that she had said hit me a lot, because a lot of stuff you were saying is what I was going through in my life. So one day, the first day of school, I'm getting my 4-year-old to get ready to go to school. And I went to go take her to school, and I look, and I'm outside, and they had my car up. And I'm like, come out there, like, what are you doing? You're trying to steal my car? What are you doing? And he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we have a repossession of the car. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm sorry, but we have to take it. And I said, that's impossible, you know. He's like, well, you're late on one of your payments by 30 days. I said, I've been with you guys for almost 4 years, and I've never been late on a payment, but one time, and you guys are going to come take my car. I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm just doing my job. So I said, well, can I at least clean it out? He's like, yeah, because by law, we're not supposed to let you. So my older girls come out, they're like, Mom, what's going on? I'm like, just clean out the car, let's just get everything, let's go. So we come in the house, and I sit down, and I just started crying. So I called my husband, and I told him what happened. He's like, what are you talking about? Well, figure out what you got to do to get your car back. Now, mind me, I only owed $400 on my car. When I called them, they wanted $2,500 to get my car back for all types of fees and processes and whatever. So I was tripping about that. I'm stressing about that. Then all of a sudden, I get a letter. They want to disconnect my gas and electric. Same day. Then I get a phone call from my landlord. I'm late on my rent. She's talking about kicking us out. So I go to my mother-in-law's house, and she's the only person I talk to. I'm not a real good person expressing myself to anybody. So I tell her what happens, and she tells me, you just gotta have faith. Just keep faith in God. Just keep faith. That's all you can do. And I told her, I'm like, that's hard. I just lost everything that I worked for 32 years. I lost everything in one day. She said, God has a plan for you. You just don't see it yet. I wasn't trying to hear her. I was so mad. I was so upset because I just felt like everything was going wrong. And when things go wrong, my husband's like, I don't know what to do. And I always tell him, don't worry about it, baby. We got this. We'll figure it out. Just have faith. We got this. We always can do it. We always come up with some kind of way in life. For the first time, I sat down and I told him in 9 years, baby, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan. I don't know what to do. I said, I don't know what to do. He said, baby, all I can do is leave it in God's hands. He's like, because I don't know what to do either. So I was so mad. I was not trying to hear it. I stormed out of my mother-in-law's house, and I said to her, this is what I went back to church for, to lose everything. And then I sat there when we came to church that day. It was Wednesday, and you said to us that you have to lose everything to realize your life, basically. And I didn't know what to do, so that day I said, no, I think it was a day, yeah, it was that day. The next day, Tony was having a Bible study. All the guys were there. And I can't remember, something else happened to it, and I didn't know what to do. So I'm driving home from Milwaukee. For some reason, my car just drove to Tony's house. And I walked in Tony's house, and I'm knocking on the door, and I'm knocking on the door. And they didn't hear me because they were really loud. And my husband was just, walk in. And I'm like, no. He walks in the door. Tony looked like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. I said, but I really need you to pray for me. I said, I just lost everything. And no one judged me. No one said nothing. They got up, and they all prayed for me. And they prayed for me. And Tony, afterwards, me and Tony went to a separate room, and I said to Tony, I have to thank him for showing me my life is all materialistic things. And it's not all about that. Thank you. And I told Tony, I said, I have to do what the pastor said. I have to thank him. And I sat there and I said, thank you, God, for making me lose everything to